Greetings, Mythics. How are we all? Yes, it's another Wednesday evening. It is Edra Tales Twitch channel, and we are doing another live stream. You decide. It's part 2 of the Ghosts of Craven Manor by Joseph Daniels. But first, very, very sorry that it was quite a long delay this evening, so sorry about that. I hadn't planned the delay, it just sort of it was sprung upon me, so to speak. The thing I was doing beforehand overran, so hence why there was a 15-20 minute delay, so sorry about that. I have forgotten in my rush to get ready. Let me just reach over. Yay! You gotta have the pun bell. That's gearing up for Jam when he arrives, if he does arrive indeed. Hello, there we go, Martha. There we go. And there's something else I've forgotten, which I do like to wear. It's my lucky bracelet. My lucky bracelet. There it is. Lucky bracelet. So we'll put that on. And then all is well with the world. All is well. Hello, Lirin, rubs eyes. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's even later for you, isn't it? Thank you for the Facebook notification. Yes, got 20 minutes of sleep, though. Oh, okay. Well, at least you had something there. Yeah, sorry. It was a bit unavoidable. That it was literally last minute. I was kind of, just getting ready, and I was delayed. So, sorry about that. I do apologise. But here we are. We're back. We're doing The Ghosts of Craven Manor by Joseph Daniels. And we played part 1 last Wednesday. And it's a very interesting book. There's a mechanic that I've not had before in a game book. Now, I'm no means an expert on game books at all. We have done a lot of playthroughs done. What have we done? We've done 6 Lone Wolf ones. We've done at least 3 Fighting Fantasy, maybe more. We've done at least 3 Jonathan Green books, the Ace game books, maybe more. What else have we done? We've done a couple of one-shot wonders. We've done Famous 5. We've done one of Jam's, the Savage Realms book. Jam, there we go. Jam has arrived. He has arrived. Thanks for the pun bell. I love bells. They're so appealing. And Jam never fails to disappoint. And John is here as well. Hello, John. How's it ding-a-ling? How's your ding-a-ling? Maybe we should ask that. Hello, everybody. How's your ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling? Oh, yes, we've done of course, how could I forget, the Osborne Adventures 2. The 3 books I think we did. The Cursebreaker, Shadow, something or other. Curse of the Shadow? No, Cursebreaker, something Shadow. The first one. And then the third one. I can't remember its name. Shadow Chaser. I knew it had Shadow in it. They're up there, but they're too far away from my peeps to see. They're on my bookshelf. And also, we did an Ollie Mack one, didn't we? We did the Storymaster's Tales. So I'm not an expert, but I have done a lot of game books. And this has got a new mechanic of time travel. So that's been a lot of fun. So it's basically Groundhog Day meets Rocky Horror Show. Get your minds out the gutter. Yeah, roll your eyes. Exactly. You tell him, Martha. You tell him. Or tell me as well. Also got some breaking news. Devilish Dilemmas, an Edra Tales game book. To Kill a Thief. It's a Kickstarter happening right now. We've got about 2 weeks to go. 1st of November is the deadline. We have successfully funded. Yay! Yay! We are now on 101%. We've raised £2,034. Yes, exactly. So everybody that backed, I thank you profusely. And you'll be pleased to know it's definitely going ahead. I'll definitely be writing it. Doing another map, the city map. You'll be getting the rewards that you backed. And if we can reach 4,000, which might be a bit of a stretch, 4,000. But hey, then we start unlocking the stretch goals. But, I'm very happy that we've done that. So it was so worthy of getting made. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Lever put we've crashed more aircrafts and Launchpad McQuack from DuckTales in our collection of escapes. We have that's a very good point, Lever. Any moving vehicle we seem to crash, burn, die on, or jump off and then die in the sea. We've done that a few times. So yeah, so really, when we play game books, if it says, would you like to go on the airship? No, don't do that. So many rewards, so little time. Exactly. Well, I've got until May to deliver everything to you, which should be doable. Ships and horses are not, though. Yeah, of course. Didn't we have a problem with a horse as well? Didn't we steal a horse and we got chased? You're absolutely right, Martha. Yes, so I am going to be... So after the campaign finishes, which is in November the 1st, then I'm going to be really focusing, because I've got a few other projects at the moment I'm doing as well, so, some graphic design commission work. So I hopefully get that out of the way in the next couple of weeks. Then I want to at least start by mid-November cracking on with writing the book. I've written 30 entries already, which I've turned into a free sample, which if you haven't read yet and you'd like to know, oh, what is this game book? What's it all about? What's going on? You can go to the Kickstarter, To Kill a Thief Kickstarter page, and there is a free sample that you just click on and you can download it. It should take you to a Dropbox, the Dropbox website, and you just download it from there. Horse drudgery after becoming an archery champion. Oh, that was it in Lone Wolf. Can't wait to use the magic silver bow again. Yes, we won an archery competition, and then we nicked a horse. And then the local spoilt brat posh guy came after us, and he kept pursuing us throughout the whole book. So, very happy about that. So, once again, thank you so much. If you have backed the campaign, I really appreciate that. And if you haven't, please, consider it. I totally understand. Only back stuff if you can afford it. If you need to pay your rent or your mortgage or your gas or whatever, electricity, pay all your bills first, obviously. And just as a little reminder, Jam, our very own Jam, has his Kickstarter campaign as well that's happening right now. It's Paranormal Hero 3, I think, or is it 4? I avoid using the bow, huge drawback. See, for that and more puns, check out Jam's game book, which is also funding at Kickstarter. He has also raised his goal target. He was after 1,500. He has also raised, so that's great. So he's over 100%. So both of these game books are going to happen. And, I'm sure I speak on Jam's behalf here. I'm going to do that anyway, even if you don't want me to. I'm sure all that have backed Jam's project, thank you for backing Jam's project as well. I feel so cross using crossbow. Makes you angry. There we are. So, anyway, because we're running a bit late, let's crack open the booze. Yay! A little celebratory booze. Yep. A celebratory booze drink. Cheers. Straight from the can. Straight from the can. He's so uncouth. So let's celebrate the success of both game books and the recent funding. It literally happened in the last hour or so, which was fantastic. So cheers! Fizzy malt soda. Lyrian's chugging down on his fizzy malt soda. That's your own pun. It was very good. Very good. So just to let you know, if you're interested, Thatcher's Gold. It is Family Cider Makers. Somerset Cider. It is 4.8% alcohol. It's your workaday. I mean, it's very nice, but it's not. It's nothing fancy. It's your workaday cider. So let's kick off. Where were we? Oh, by the way, in the Edra Tales group, you may have seen that I did put up a crossword. I didn't mean for you to do that now. We may run into that. So I printed it off here and I put it up into the Facebook group. Go to media, go to albums, and you should see the Ghosts of Craven Manor album. And in there is the crossword. I don't know when we're going to come towards that, but if we do ever get to the crossword, we might just keep going around in circles. Then we shall. Then you've got it in front of you, and that should make it a lot easier. Okay, let me get all the bump. We are family. We are on entry 286. 286. By the way, if you'd like to... Oh, that was a bit loud. By the way, if you'd like to buy your own copy of The Ghosts of Craven Manor, I'm sure Joseph Daniels will be very, very grateful. Check him out on Amazon. You can check out his Amazon authors page or just type in The Ghosts of Craven Manor. It should come up on Amazon. And you'll see his other game books there as well. So there we go. A little plug out for him there. Or if you prefer to buy it, maybe you could order it from your local bookshop. Bookshop. That was a cross between store and shop. Lehman's put it still have got actual British honey brewed mead. Oh, that's nice to cross off the old culinary bucket list. Oh, you haven't tasted that yet? Yeah, I had some a couple of years ago actually. I always forget about mead because it's normally Christmas time is mulled wine. Mead is normally Christmassy. We don't always have it year round. It's not like it's in every shop everywhere. So you do have to kind of dig it out. You do have to look for it. Better dice time. All right, Martha. Yeah. No, some of my rolls were good. There were a lot of faulty rolls last time. So we're on 286. Just to remind you, we're in some sort of Groundhog Day where we've just bought a new manor house, basically, Craven Manor. It was really cheap. We were like, wow, this is in our budget. We can afford it. Your name is Dave Ingram, and your wife is with you as well, obviously. And you move in together. Hello, Jonathan. Greetings. Jonathan, the alcoholic, has just poured himself a caramel. He's not an alcoholic. That is a besmirched statement on his name and his good reputation, I'll have you know. I won't have a word said against him. Isn't that right, Grocklesnook? Jonathan has just cracked open the caramel. This already sounds nice. The caramel and sea salt Kraken rum. To celebrate finally finishing. We've got a lot to celebrate, everybody. Jonathan, let's give Jonathan a round of applause there for celebrating finally finishing your latest book about half an hour ago. Kick back. You deserve it, Jonathan. That is a massive achievement. Sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. I genuinely mean that. Sounds great, Johnaholic. So well done, Jonathan. It's about time. I have to start writing the next one on Monday. Well, you got a couple of days off, surely, then, get wasted. What other responsibilities could you possibly have? John has put here, I just want to share Jonathan Green's game book PDF versions. Oh, there we go. All 99p at the moment on his bookstore, which is amazing. Well, there we go, Jonathan. John has just plugged Jonathan's books there. Yeah, so if you do want to check out any of Jonathan Green's books, go to www.jonathangreenauthor.com, and apparently they're 99p PDF version. I've got your accounts to do as well. Oh, no. I know which I'd rather be doing, writing a game book or doing your accounts. Oh, no worries, Martha. Martha's dad is coming over. No worries. Yeah, I was delayed, so my apologies there. I like accounts. Dracula's my favourites. I like the Count, though, just from the Muppets, the Count. So, Jonathan's celebrating his finishing of his book, and I'm celebrating, well, Jam and myself are celebrating for being fully funded for our game books. I don't know if you heard that, Jonathan, earlier, but To Kill a Thief is now fully funded. We're on 101%. We've raised £2,034. So that happened in the last hour or so. So very, very happy about that. So yeah, congrats. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, and Jam funded. You funded about 3 or 4 days ago, which was brilliant. Yeah, so there's going to be 2 brand new game books entering the market sometime next year, I'm assuming. Jam, when do you hope to finish your game book and get it to the market, get it to the backers? Because I put May of 2025 because I thought, you know what, I don't want to give me an unrealistic deadline. Okay, so we are starting 286. We are stuck in a constant loop, in a time travel loop. We know the future. We've just moved into John Craven's manor. We've just bought it with our wife. Unfortunately, we seem to get some sort of possession. Ghosts possessed us, and we ended up hacking our girlfriend to death. It's a bit gritty, this game book. So if you have a weak disposition, don't watch. If you like gore and Halloween, this is perfect for you. So, we obviously don't want that to happen. We snapped out of this dreamlike state, this possession, and then we're back in the restaurant. And things are happening again. So we have a chance to change the future. But if only we can work out how. Jan's put probably April, give myself a year, though, in case of artist troubles. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair enough, yeah, because you've got artists doing your artwork, haven't you? Whereas I'm going to do all my artwork myself, so if it's delayed, so I've only got myself to blame. Is that what a wife is worth, though? A whole house. A whole house? Not only that, though, Jonathan, a whole house, 3 camels and 4 sheep and 2 chickens. And if they're really good, 1 guinea pig. So anyway, before I get myself into further trouble, going to play Bernard Herrmann's violin theme from Psycho every time we game over. Yeah, and this time warp again, exactly. So here we go, though. After returning to the car, you consider telling Liz, who's our wife, about your premonition. But stop yourself. She wouldn't believe you. She would not be so easily convinced to cancel the deal for the house, because then you're trying to work out how can we stop? How can we stop this hideous crime from happening? You wonder if it's enough of a reason to risk her life when you know what waits at the house. But right now, you can't think of any way to stop her from setting foot inside that would not ruin your relationship. So you've got to keep the relationship going. You can't just blurt out, by the way, I had this dream and I murdered you, and it wasn't really a dream. You were actually dead. Then comes a thought to you. The whole incident with the ghost did not occur until later that night, which means even if you do go to the house, there is still time to convince her to leave. In the end, you decide to go to the house. Like before, you find that it is not being cleaned, and like before, the removal van company calls to tell you that they won't be able to deliver your things. Upon hearing this, you realise the opportunity is presenting itself. So, we've been around this loop before. Would you like to stay in the house, or would you like to stay at the hotel? The hotel seemed a bit bonkers. It's up to you, though. The hotel wasn't good, I don't think. So, should we just stay in the house? Type yes if you want to stay in the house. No if you want to go to the hotel. Yes to the house, no to the hotel. Or house and hotel. You could do that one as well. Hey, Colin! How you doing, sir? Oh, I've been meaning to text you, Colin. Have you got Netflix? Or even if you haven't, but Netflix, there's a great documentary. It's about a 6-part documentary about WWE, the wrestling. And it's all about Mr. What's his name? Mr. McCann or something? The guy that ran it for so many years. Oh, you've watched. I thought you might have watched it. Really, I'm not into wrestling, but I got really hooked into that. It was really good fun. It was good. Well, it was a bit dark as well, obviously. Vince McMahon. That was it. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Creepy dude. Yeah, very creepy. Very creepy. Okay, so house, hay in the house, in the stouse. So, yeah, it looks like we're going to stay in the house. That is probably the best thing that we can do right now. Is 447. I did have the author text me between now and, well, last time and now. And he gave me a little bit of a clue. So I might give you the clue to help us because we don't want to keep going round and round in circles all the time. 447 is the next entry. Oh, and by the way, Colin, To Kill a Thief, my Kickstarter campaign, has just funded. Hooray! We have raised just over £2,000, 101%. Anyway, I'm very happy about that. I keep banging on about it. Right, what am I doing? 447. So once again, thank you to all of those that clap, clap, clap. Colin's giving me the clap. So thank you so much for all of those people that have backed the project. I really, really mean that. It's great. It will be going ahead now. I'm very excited. Choosing to stay at the house again, you try to do everything differently. After going to bed, you lie awake all night, hoping you'll be able to catch Liz as soon as she gets out of bed. That's right, she gets out of bed. And you wake up previously and you've gone, where is she? And then you go looking for her. Unfortunately, whether it's down to tiredness or something more sinister, you still fall asleep and wake up to find Liz is not in her bed. Panicking, you quickly run out into the hall, taking a different direction to the last time and keeping an eye out for the shadowy figure. Oh yeah, we see the shadowy figure that possessed you. Soon you find Liz and you're about to go over to her when the black figure once again appears and takes you over. Yeah. You know what is to come and you desperately try for it to not happen. Then, as if by magic, you find yourself back in the cafe. What is going on? So that was a less hideous option, but we haven't stopped it. Yeah, there we go. Let's do the time warp again. Thank you very much, Lee Rin. Thank you, Colin. Yes, and also just to let you know, Jam, who is of this parish, shall we say, his game book, Paranormal Hero 3, I believe it is, has also funded. So that is fantastic news. 247. So we're back at the cafe. We are back at the cafe. Hang on, let me get the right page number. So basically, we're going to do all this again. So I just need you to sign there and there. Okay, so we're basically talking with the estate agent, and he's getting us to... I don't know why we're doing it in a cafe. Seems a bit dodgy. And we're signing the papers. Okay. Here you are. Yeah, for a moment you're completely flummoxed. You're back at the cafe. Were you dreaming? Did all that other stuff at the house actually happen this time? Liz says, oh, it's great, our own house. And you're like... yeah, you're so relieved to see her alive, you just give her a very passionate kiss. And she goes, whoa, back off, soldier. You know, I'm struggling to breathe. And she says, I know you're happy and all of that. I'm happy, but whoa, you know, not in public. Anyway, look, hold that thought. I'll be back in a bit. I just need to go to the toilet. She leaves. With everything happening in a similar fashion to how it did before, you begin to wonder if you experienced it previously may have happened, and that somehow you've travelled back in to prevent it from happening again. Okay, so you wouldn't normally believe in stuff like that, but you really can't think of any way to explain it. Although, if it were true, it would not only mean that the ghosts were real, but in less than 24 hours, Liz would die again by our hand. Oh, 98. Come on, we've got to get out of this loop. It's something to do with the bookshop, I reckon, or the jewellery shop, surely. Okay, what would you like to do? Oh, okay, as you sit pondering how you're going to try and convince your fiancé not to step foot in the house tonight, a child and mother enter the cafe. It doesn't take you long to realise it's the same child who originally dropped his ice cream. Then it occurs to you that if you can stop this from happening, you can then prove that the future can be changed. So we're rolling one die. We're going to roll one die. It's going to be a good die this time. Last tango in Parish. Come to, is that how Sean Connery says that? Come to think of it, this reminds me of Talisman of Death. Oh, does it? Oh, see, I've not played Talisman of Death. Ah, interesting. Right, so you can add 2 TTP. So, do we want to spend TTP? If we roll, we need to roll a 5 or over. So, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get a 6. Come on, we can do it. That's a 3. So, Do you want to spend 2 TTP? We're on 10. We'll go down to 8. Type yes if you want to, no if you don't want to. I recommend you do, because I think it's better to do that. 303. I don't think we've done 303. This is where writing... Oh, we have done 303. But have we done 34? No, I don't think we did 34. But I think spend. Yeah, I think, Leroy, you're right. We should spend. I'm just going to quickly massage the rules. Excuse me. I better wash my hands first. Yeah. Okay, no, I think we have done that one because that's... Oh, no, did we? Yeah, maybe not. So, we're going to spend it. It's yeah, I know, that's what I thought. Antiseptic. So, we're on 8. We're on 8. Okay, so, 303. I'm trying to get us to a point where I know that we what we didn't do. We didn't do something. We didn't do any... We didn't do future knowledge, which is D plus 10. And that's the one I think we need to do. Spoilers. So let's do... Oh, hang on. That was 303, wasn't it? 303. Okay, with great speed, you run over and catch the kid as he falls, but unfortunately the momentum still causes him to drop his ice cream. As the kid cries over a melting scoop on the floor, the mother looks at you in appreciation. Wow, fast reflexes, thank you. Don't mention it. What do you say to the man, says the mum. Thank you, says the kid, amidst her tears, his tears. As you walk away, you notice that the kid's shoelaces are untied. No wonder he tripped. Yeah, let's blame the kids. But it does say FK, future knowledge A13, oh, which we've already done. So we have done this route then. 147. This is going to go around in circles. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not sure how much you're enjoying this because you're not getting a lot of choices. That's my only reservation. So it's one thing reading it and doing it yourself, and the other is, live streaming it. We never did stop the poor boy from dropping ice cream. No, that is true. Your attention now turns to the drunks. Yeah, there's drunks then that come over to the waitress. Perhaps this is another opportunity to intervene. You can use future knowledge B, which we have done, but 279, because we have to go to 279. 279. If this is just going to be constantly going round. Okay. As the waitress goes to take the order from the drunks, you notice that one of them is being a little bit too tactile for your liking. So, what's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this? One of them says as he squeezes her behind. Could you please get your hands off me? Slap, she says. I was only being friendly. If you don't want any attention, you shouldn't dress like that. So, do you want to decide to help her by shouting, or do you want to just not do anything and leave when Liz returns? What do you want to do? Do you want to shout or leave? Type shout or leave. I think we have done both, but you decide. Shout or leave? Jam has put leave. Yeah, I think leave was the sort of more of the correct answer. I think. Can't remember. No, I think it was. Anyone else voting? We only need one vote. Yeah, it's nice if other people vote, but... Mate like a tree and leave. Okay, so we're going to leave. Wait till Liz gets back, and then we're going to leave. 470. Yeah, we have done that. So, with this time-travelling loop thing, it's really important that you write your path down, which entries you've already been to, because it's very easy. It's very easy to do. Just to quickly glance down and see if you've been there before. Upon leaving the cafe, you wonder if you can use the opportunity of looking round town to find anything that can help you to prevent these events that will transpire that evening. You consider that you may be able to find a useful book in a bookshop, or perhaps find some kind of artefact in a jewellery shop that may ward off spirits. So would you like to go to the bookshop? Type book. If you want to go to the jewellery shop, type jewellery. Remember, we have been to both, and we found information, I think, in the bookshop saying that there's a talisman or some sort of jewellery. So maybe it's in the jewellery shop. I don't know, but we've not really bought it before. So what would you like to do? Would you like the bookshop or the jewellery shop? You decide. What do you reckon, Grocklesnook? I'm not so sure. What? Jam's going for book with his googly eyes, his copyrighted eyes. What else would you like to do? Jewellery shop it is. Yeah, I don't know if we've explored all of the jewellery shop. We might have done, we might not have done. Because we went back to the bookshop and then it opened up another segment. Before, I don't think we could afford the jewellery. But I also think the jewellery didn't do anything. So I don't know. We've got a dilemma. Is anyone else voting? If not, we're going to have to let the die decide. The die side. I think Grocklesnook's like licorice favours ice lollies. Go on then, there's got to be a joke. Why is that? Why is that? Who doesn't like licorice flavoured ice lollies? That sounds delightful. Okay, 1, 2, or 3 is going to be jewellery. Let's do it this way around. 4, 5, or 6 is going to be book. Here we go then. It is 4. I knew as soon as I flipped that round it would be book. Okay, bookshop it is. I'm not 100% sure that's the right decision. But hey, who am I judging? When have I ever judged your decisions? Come on. It's a bit cruel. Right, 484. 484. The bookshop is crammed with many books on the shelves, piles, while Liz moves off into the corner of the shop to look at the art and textiles. You take opportunity to look for books on ghosts and paranormal. Whilst looking in one particular book called Mysteries of the Unknown, you find a very interesting article. Ah, yes, this is where we want. So we picked up this article. Says, whereas many believe it is true that some ghosts could possess the living, there are some cultures that believe that certain amulets could prevent this from happening. One such amulet is the amulet of Tiraka, as shown in the diagram below. There isn't a diagram, by the way. But it does say, gain future knowledge D plus 10. Now, we've not done D plus 10. So we need to find that entry that says D plus 10. So what I might do now is make a note of whenever those sorts of things come up. It's delicious, Liren. Had one with Mr. Lane once. Oh, I've never had one of those. And you think, Loquacious should be eating lots of licorice. I don't know why. Yeah. Jam, naughty boy. You are considering reading more until Liz comes over and joins you. Mysteries of the Unknown, she says, reading over your shoulders. I didn't know you were into that sort of thing. I'm not, you say, as you close the book abruptly. It just caught my eye. You decide to leave before she starts getting stroppy. Because you know how women... No, suspicious. Starts getting suspicious. The thing is, we are trying to save her life, but it's tricky. Because we don't want to freak her out. 286. I think anyone would be freaked out if they said, look, by the way, this is what happened. Okay, after returning to the car, you consider later about... We've just gone round in circles. We haven't got future knowledge E yet. We are literally going round in circles. Right, I think what I'm going to have to do... We'll do the same, but I'm going to jump because that's just too ridiculous. 427 98 303. I'm going to do 147 279. But I think what we need to do... Should we go to the jewellery shop this time? Because we are literally... I'm just going to be reading out the same stuff. 470. We are literally stuck in a time warp. The jewellery shop is 338. So let's go to the jewellery shop. Oh, a return to Borough Market one day has become even more tempting. Ooh, nice. Borough Market. Is that where you had those licorice ice lollies? 338. Upon entering the jewellery shop, a strong aroma of incense wafts up your nostrils, and you find yourself looking upon shelves filled with trinkets, precious stones, and various artefacts. This is what we want. One of the particular catches Liz's attention. It's an amethyst, which is what we want, beaded necklace. After trying it on, she looks towards you for approval. What do you think? It's nice. I'd buy it if I could, but I spent the last money on the toll bridge we went over. You realise she's hinting for you to buy it. Oh, look. This is what I wanted. Future Knowledge D. Future Knowledge D. Let's do it. Future Knoll D. This is what we want. So, we need... So, it's plus 10. So, it's 348. 348. 348. You make a small ruby from the... Oh, sorry. You take a small ruby from the box. I'll take this one, you say. Ah, the Sultan's eye. Ah, the Sultan's eye, he says. A wise choice. This ruby can be used in place of money. It's worth £300. Woo, mama. So... we need to start writing stuff down, don't we? I've not been writing stuff down. So we've got... it is the Sultan's Eye. Sultan's Eye Ruby. £300. Okay. I'll put Ruby on that entry number as well. Yes, D plus 10, we're getting somewhere. That is new. Thank you, you say, it's beautiful. In addition to this, I would like to offer you membership to my private gentleman's club. If you are ever interested in visiting, he says, as he hands you a card, they will ask for a password at the door. The current password is Crane. Make a note of that. Okay, so we've got a card. Gentleman's Club card. Crane. Okay. Okay, so this is in 1954. So we are travelling back to 1954. I wager the reference number 300 will be significant later. Oh, yeah, this is the Sultan's Eye. It might be, yeah. Providing you are not in the middle of any kind of encounter, to go there you simply must turn to 345. Do make a note of where you are at the time, though, so you can return there. Okay. Congratulations. Not only did you... Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, this is interesting. Congratulations. Not only did you save Jill from being murdered. I thought it's Liz. Is this a typo? Oh, no. Oh, there's two murders in two different time zones. Oh, okay. In 1954, the monkeys went to war, dropped their guns, and used their bums in 1954. There you go. That's another interesting fact from Jam there. So it says here, congratulations. Not only did you save Jill from being murdered, but you also prevented his wound. Oh, Gil. His wound prevented it. He would be murdered from the Hang on. This doesn't make sense, but maybe it's a fragment of stuff. Congratulations. Not only did you save Gil from being murdered, but you also prevented his would-be murdered. Oh no, sorry. His would-be murderer from being sentenced to death. Okay, this is starting to get really twisted. Add CIMD. This affects the hotel. Okay, so I don't know what CIMD stands for, but it says D. And then I'll put hotel. Also, remove future knowledge I and H. I haven't done that yet. So we haven't done that. So I will cross that out, and H, I'll just cross them off. Okay. If you do not wish to go to the business club now, you could say goodbye to Gil. Oh, okay. Wow. So Gil was in the jewelry shop. I didn't know he was going to... I didn't know... We've not encountered him getting murdered. Okay. So, what would you like to do? Make a note. Do we want to go to the club? Would you like to go to the club then, now? Should we go to the club? If you want to go to the club, and we're going to turn to 345, say yes. Type yes. If not, type no, and we'll just carry on. What would you like to do? Oh, that's 448. Oh, hang on. No, I've made a mistake. Hang on, I think I've made a mistake. I think I've made a mistake. I think I've made a mistake, guys. I turned... Yeah, so D plus 10 is 348. I turned to 448. Sorry. Spoilers. Well, it's so confusing anyway. Because this one also says, you are considering buying the necklace for Liz when an amulet hanging behind the till catches your eye. At first, you're not quite sure why it seems so significant to you until you remember the picture in the book regarding ghosts and possession that showed a very similar looking amulet. Wondering if this might be the thing you need to prevent your possession, you waste no time in purchasing it. So, future knowledge E minus 78. It's alright because... We've got E minus 78. It's still progression. It's still progression. We've just discovered information that we shouldn't really have known, though. That's the only problem. So we haven't got the eye and we haven't got the business card. Sorry, my bad. It's all right, though, because we have got more future knowledge, which is much better. So... 228. I need to rub that out as well. Okay. 268, which we've been to before. This must have been a nightmare writing this, shortly. 286. Okay. Oh my giddy aunt, can we use this? Yes. So we're now back at the beginning-ish, where you're back at the house and you're thinking, do we want to stay at the house? Do we want to stay at the hotel? Or we can use future knowledge E. Let's use future knowledge E. So that is, so you can help me out here with the maths. 286 minus 78. You do the math. Well, I have a drink. That's fair, isn't it? Surely that's fair. Actually, I could do that. That's fairly easy. 78, that's 6. That is 8. So that is 208. Is that correct? 208? Is that correct? E by gum, 208. Thank you very much for the confirmation. 208. It's just that I'm aware you've not had too many choices. So I thought, you know, have some maths. That's entertaining. Rather than leave the house, you decide to give the amulet you bought in the jewelry shop a try and wear it through the night. Like before you go to bed, and like before you wake to find Liz is not beside you. E by wine gums. Only this time, rather than encountering a dark spirit on the way to find her, nothing happens. It seems the amulet actually worked. Great, you think to yourself. Now all I have to do is to find Liz and get out of here. Maynard or Roundtree. I think, that's a tough one. I think Roundtree, they're slightly softer, aren't they, the Roundtree ones? You start your search of the house. You start your search around the house and find her standing in the centre of the living room with her back to you. Liz, it's me, you say. But when she turns around to face you, you do not recognise the eyes staring back at you or understand a word of what she says. And it is all in this bizarre language. Is that backwards language? Can I read it if it's backwards? Although I don't think this shows me it backwards. It's that paragraph there. It's all in gobbledygook. Whatever has hold of you, you need to fight it, you say. As you take her hand, maybe if I can get you out of this house. It's Twin Peaks. You attempt to take her through the front door. But an invisible force stops her from going any further. The spirit inside her appears to be trapped in this house. And since she has chosen her as a host, it means she can't leave either. Look, whoever you are, please let my Liz go, you say. I'll do whatever you want. The possessed Liz repeats what she said previously. I'm sorry, I don't understand this, you say. What does it all mean? But before she can explain anything, she collapses. After checking for a pulse and finding that her heart is beating normally, you decide to bring her into the living room and lay her down on the couch. You know there is no way the spirit inside her is going to let her go, so you need to try and figure out what it wants. You sense the possessed Liz's strange words may be the key to that. They may not make sense now, but perhaps you can discover a way to read them in the future. You should take a note of the number of this passage so you can return to decipher the code in your own time. What? In our own time? What are you talking about? Okay. Until you can find a way to read it, you believe the best use of your time will be to explore the house to find clues to explain who the spirit may be. From this point on, you have free rein to search the house. Of course. Because now, now we've not ended up murdering her. Sounds so wrong, doesn't it? So what I might do is scan in the code for you to crack then and I'll put it up in the group. Okay, we've got a navigation list. Ah, I wondered if this was useful. I kind of photocopied this already. This is entry 13, and it had lots of numbers on it, so I thought it was important. Lots of turn 2, 62, and all of that. Below is a list of rooms you can explore any time throughout your adventure. You can go down any one of these rooms as many times as you like, but you must sure to keep a note of the shortcuts when they are given to you. These will allow you to return to the passage where you were before you left the room, so you can return there without having to go back over things you've already done. You will also be told if a room has been completed. When this happens, you should make a note that you do not return there. This can be for 2 reasons. 1, to ensure you don't keep going back to the same rooms that have already been fully explored, and 2, to avoid ruining the illusion that your actions in each room have consequences. Okay. If this is your first time here, after checking 3 rooms, not including locked doors, you must turn to 288. So, you haven't had a choice for a while, but now you've got plenty of choice. Too much choice, some people might say. But anyway, would you like to search the kitchen, the dining room, the ballroom? So let's just do one at a time. What do you want to search first? The kitchen, the dining room, the ballroom, the cellar, the storeroom, the library, storeroom 2, study, conservatory. That's all on the ground floor. Upstairs is storeroom 3, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, misc room 1, misc room 2, attic, bedroom 3, bedroom 4, bedroom 5, bathroom, display room. Or do you want to sneak into the garden, check out the pond, the shed, the gazebo? You'll also be allowed to visit the following areas when you are told when they're available. Okay. Whew, this game just exploded. Where would you like to go first? Can you remember all of those entries? I will put that up on there. Maybe that's easier, so you can just have a look again and read it for yourselves if it's not too out of focus. Anyone watching? What would you like to visit? Look at this, open sandbox time. It's practically an above ground dungeon scale. Yeah, exactly. Jan would like to go for the kitchen. He suspects Colonel Mustard, obviously with a knife. Okay, so any other takers? Jan would like to go into the kitchen. Just like, you know, Scooby and Shaggy. Maybe we can find a sandwich. Anyone else like to vote? If not, we will go to the kitchen. It only takes 1 vote. It only takes 1 vote to change the world. Lewin would also like the kitchen. Okay, let's do the kitchen then. Let's do the kitchen. So, 262. I'm going to make a note of the kitchen as well. Okay. 262. The kitchen is probably the most modern looking room in the house, but it is not without its flaws. The tea-stained containers, slimy draining board and curling lithium floor have much to be desired, as well as the sinister humming of the fridge. As you explore the room, your attention is drawn to a clicking noise coming from the garbage disposal, or as we would say, the rubbish disposal. At first you ignore it, but when it starts to growl louder, you decide to investigate. As you look down the hole, you notice a glint of silver coming from below. Something is stuck down there, and it could quite possibly be something useful. Can I just point out, we don't have those in the UK. They're very rare, or am I wrong? Are they common? I'm pretty sure we don't really have those. Anyway, stop nitpicking, Ken. Here we go. Would you like to put your hand down the hole to get the silver object. Bearing in mind, you know, his blades cutting up the rubbish. Or we can use future knowledge C. Have we got future knowledge C? We haven't got future knowledge C, so we can't do that. So, would you like to put your hand in the hole to get the silver object? Or we can return to the house. Yes, exactly. They do shred. So, type... Oh, I've got the hiccups now. Type hole if you want to put your hand in the hole. Or type leave if you want to leave the kitchen. Was that Grocklesnook giving me hiccups there? Was that you? No guts, no glory. We have a split decision unless anyone else is voting. Okay, let's go for 1, 2 or 3 hole, 4, 5 or 6 leave. What are we doing? What are we doing? It is 5. It is 5. We are leaving. Oh, is that right? We are leaving. Did I say 1, 2, 3 is whole? Did I? 5, 6. Yeah, I did. Okay, I wanted to know what was in there. Curiosity killed the cat, or chops your hand off. So we are leaving. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. Okay. Going back to 13. What would you like to look for now? What would you like to look for now, ladies and gentlemen? We've got the dining room, the ballroom, the cellar, the storeroom, the library, the storeroom 2, the study, the conservatory, the storeroom 3, bedroom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bathroom, miscs 1 and 2, display room, pond, shed and gazebo. There's the list again. What would you like? What would you like? I mean, we could just go down the list in that order. The cellar, a bit of a liquid courage never hurts. Yes, a bit of liquid courage, exactly. Should we go to the cellar? Does sound spooky and intriguing. Spooky and intriguing. What are we going to go for? I quite like this open world where you go there. Yeah, that's quite interesting. In fact, that's what Ollie Mack does on his maps, doesn't it? You go to the location and you could go there several times. The cellar will do. It might be some Kraken for Jonathan. Okay, let's go to the cellar, which is 58. There might be some Stella in the cellar. It's the best you're going to get, I'm afraid. That is the best you're going to get. Okay, 58. Approaching the cellar door, you realise it is locked. Oh. If you have a rusty bronze key, which we don't. If you have a bronze key, which we don't. Otherwise, we need to return. Locked. Bronze key. So I've put that locked bronze key. Okay, we've got one more to go before we have to carry on and turn to 288. What would you like to do? We have the dining room, the ballroom, the storeroom, the library, the storeroom 2, study, conservatory, 5 different bedrooms, 2 different miscs rooms, and 3 storerooms. Yeah, although it only looks like 2 storerooms. We've got a pond, we've got a shed, we've got a gazebo. Oh, Jan wants to go to the library. There we go. Secrets of Salamis was also semi-open world. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? That's true. That's where you could choose your sort of quest off of a notice board. You know, it was like you were an adventurer for hire and you would go and investigate certain clues and come back again and do little side quests. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to the library. Is that all good with everybody? Semi-open world. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was semi-open, wasn't it? Because we did start doing down the quest. I think there's a main quest that leads you, you know, in a linear way. And then there was a point where we just found this notice board. Jonathan wants to write a proper open world Ace game book. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. There's ambition for you. What setting would you put it under? What setting? What IP could you use? Libraries is. This is turning into Lovecraftian, and we need more clues to survive a Lovecraft kind bender. Mind bender. I reckon it would have to be about 2,000 sections long. Wow. It would be based on the Greek myths. Ooh, hello. That does sound amazing. If you could pull that off, that might be your crowning glory, Jonathan. Yeah. That would take you, what, 3 or 4 years to write? I mean, that's crazy. Martha's back. Martha's back. Martha, we have discovered that we can now search the mansion, the manor, because we did buy a jewellery. We bought the amethyst, which meant that we didn't see the shadow figure, so he couldn't sort of possess us. However, Liz is possessed, and so she's safe, but we realised that we can't get out of the house because the spirit can't leave the house. So we're trying to get the spirit out of Liz, so we're just investigating the manor. We're just getting interesting Greek mythology via Harry Harrison films. Yeah, they're amazing. I'm planning on working on it in the background. Yeah, exactly. That's the sort of thing you'd have to do, wouldn't it? Or working on paying gigs, yeah. Massive Greek world. I might suggest playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey as a source of inspiration. Oh, is that all Greek? Yeah, okay. It's all Greek to me. So, we're going to go to the library now. We're going to go to the library, which is 292. Library 292. Okay. The library door appears to be locked. You notice the colour surrounding the lock is gold. If you have a gold key. We didn't have a gold key, so we've got to go back. So I'm going to put gold key. So we're back at 13. Now we've searched 3 rooms. We searched the kitchen, the cellar, and the library. The cellar was locked. The library was locked. So we didn't know what was happening there. What did we do in the kitchen? I can't remember what the kitchen was. Was it good? I can't remember. 262. Did we actually look? Let me have a quick look. 262. I literally just went there. Oh, that was it. We looked around. There was the garbage disposal unit. We could have gone down to get something from the garbage disposal, a silver object, but we decided against that. Or the dice decided. Sounds excellent. Yeah, silver thing in the... Yeah, it's circa Trojan War. Or earlier, perchance. Okay, so we have to now leave this search area and go to 288. Okay, so 288. You're in the middle of your search when suddenly you hear a blood-curdling scream echoing through the corridor. You instantly know it's Liz's voice and run to the living room to see if she's okay. You only make it as far as the door when you see a figure in black standing over her threateningly. You recognise it as the same apparition that originally possessed you, only, for some reason, seems to have taken on solid form. "Hey," you shout, "get away from her now." You realise what a big mistake you have made when the figure turns and then runs directly at you. Quickly, you turn and run back to the main entrance hall. You now have 4 choices in which to make your escape. Jonathan here has put it would be a timeline of its own, as people who are children of other characters would still appear as adults in the adventures. Oh, okay. So you're kind of mashing it up. So, we've got 4 ways to try and escape. What would you like to do then? Do you want to try and leave the building via the front door? Type front. Do you want to run to the study? Type study. Do you want to run to the toilets? Type toilets. You'll have a good mash-up. Exactly. It's like a knees up, but with mash. Or would you like to run towards the ballroom? Type ballroom. It is up to you. The front door, the study, the toilets, or the ballroom. Pick which one you'd like to run to. What would you like to do? So we've got 1 for the front door. We've got 1 for the study. You alright, Grocklesnook? He looks wide awake, doesn't he? Have you had a snooze today then? He's had a snooze. He's had a snooze. Whereas I haven't. I haven't had a snooze. Okay, we've got 1 apiece. A good pie and mash up. I do love a good steak and kidney pie with chips and all mash. I do like a lovely jacket potato with mashed potato on top, then with a side crescent of chips. Okay, we've got study. Oh, study, I was just about to get the die out. Study, maybe a scroll or a spell can help us banish this apparition. He just flicked a bogey on your back, thanks. Although I think, Jam, that you're just trying to drive a wedge between me and Grocklesnook. Okay, let's go to the study. I'm going to go to the study. Okay, because we've not been there yet. The study, 136. The study brings you to a dead end. You must now either reverse time or hide. If you choose to hide, choose which spots you'll pick from the following. So reversing time, what is all that about? Have we reversed time? Does anybody know what reversing time does? Slowing time. Time jumping, which isn't the same. Oh, getting tired. Rewind time, is that was the option? Oh, reverse time. Maybe that's what it meant. Rewind time is also ability you have right from the beginning of the game. Oh, you can use this in combat. You can use this in combat 3 ways. Rather than slow time, oh, it's to do with rolls. That's to do with combat, so that's not that. Slowing time. It doesn't say about reversing time. Does that just mean you go back to the previous one? So anyway, what would you like to do? Do we want to hide or do we want to reverse time? I don't know how we do that. If you want to hide, we can hide behind the desk, in the cupboard, or behind the curtains. What would you like to do? Would you like to hide or should we reverse time? Okay, Martha would like to hide. Martha would like to hide. Jan would also like to hide. Can you hide from a spirit? Surely they know where you are. Maybe you could. Although he's taken solid form, so maybe he hasn't got all of his supernatural powers. You can have this vodka. Absolutely. Potato vodka. Okay, we're going to hide. So, where would you like to hide? Behind the desk, type desk. In the cupboard, type cupboard. Or behind the curtains, type curtains. Where would you like to hide? Where would you like to hide? I think reverse time is just literally going back to the previous one, but it's got to cost you something, surely. So, Martha wants to do the old classic hide behind the curtains. So does Jam. And so does Martha. Oh, done that again. Okay, so looks like we're going to go into the curtains. Hopefully it won't be curtains for us. Lirin's also gone for curtains. Okay. I think we will leave it there. Unfortunately, I can't do the next 20 minutes because I do have something else that's happening at 8:30 tonight for me, and I do need to get ready for that. So I'm really sorry for being late, for the delaying the start of this by 20 minutes, and also a shorter session. I do apologise. Yes, but what a cliffhanger! Exactly, we are hid behind some curtains. Hopefully hiding and not being found by a mysterious ghost man who has come into a full body. What's going on there? So hopefully we can evade detection. So there we are. So I've written down the entry that we are at. Really Stallone, Reading Stallone impression. Oh, cliffhanger. There it is. There it is. So, hopefully you enjoyed tonight, even though it was slightly shorter and delayed. And also, we didn't go round too much round the loops, because obviously that isn't necessarily fun if you keep doing that. So, luckily we cracked out of that. We can also go back and we can search any of these rooms, but then you go back to it. It says not including locked doors. Oh, I did that wrong. But anyway, this will allow you to return to passage. Yeah, it says below that you can explore any time throughout the adventure. You can do one of these rooms as many times as you like, but you must be sure to keep notes of shortcuts where they're given to you. And then it says, you then go back to the entry. So there you go. So we can do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate your company on this Wednesday evening. Just to remind you, yes, we have fully funded. We're on 101%. Hopefully no one's cancelled while we've been on air. But yeah, we've raised £2,034, 39 backers. So that's fantastic. Devilish Dilemmas, To Kill a Thief. If you haven't yet backed and you would like to back it or at least check it out, go to Kickstarter, type To Kill a Thief, and you should see that beautiful goblin face right there. You can read about all the campaign, you can play the little video, you can even get this free sample by clicking on the button that says free sample, just to see what my writing is like, just to see if it's exactly the sort of game book that you'd like to play. And then obviously you can read all the pledge levels, got various different rewards that are happening. Yes, remember we can rewind to 13. Yeah, it's the main world hub. Absolutely, Lirin. Yep, spot on. Well done, Ken. You'll get another surge at the end, hopefully. Yes, thank you very much, Jam. And to you, Jam, as well. Congratulations. If you do want to check out Jam's Kickstarter, go to Kickstarter and go to Paranormal Hero. That should come up with previous campaigns as well, but I believe this is number 3. It should say which ones are live, still happening now. Is that Grocklesnook's cousin on the cover? Well, I don't know. Imps and goblins, are they cousins? I'm not sure. Maybe he's got a lot of explaining to do. So there we are. So thank you so much again for all of you who have backed. Really, really appreciate it. If you could, I know it's a big ask, but if you want to, make sure that we get more, we can unlock the stretch goals, then maybe you could share the link as well now to your social media, now that we're definitely back in it. It's definitely happening. Fair folk both. What? Unsilly fair folk. Yep. Thank you so much, Lirin. Thank you, Jam. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, John, for joining in as well. Thank you for anyone that's been watching but not commenting. That's cool. I don't mind you doing that. Absolutely. As long as you're being entertained, that's absolutely fine. If you did want to comment, though, feel free. Also, if you want to follow the channel, that would be fantastic because it helps with the algorithms. Oh, you missed it. No worries, Sally. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sally. Look at that. I am psychic. I knew you were going to tune in. Yeah, I'm having to shut it down shortly because I do have another event happening later on this evening that I do have to get prepared for. So thank you so much to everybody. Really, really appreciate you watching. And once again, thank you so much for the Kickstarter. It's fantastic news. Night Martha, night Leverin. Did I say Leverin? Yes, I did. Night Jonathan, night... Night Marisner Street. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. There it is. I also thought you were going to do the Waltons there. Night John Boy. Night John. Night Mary. Night John. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. And remember, may your thieving never be caught. I know that's not thematically to this, but hey. See you later, everybody. Next live stream, hopefully. It won't be this Friday, by the way, because I'm out. So it's not going to be this Friday. Good night, Enchantress, Bards and Goblins. It will be Saturday, 10 a.m. UK time, Edra Scrolls, Ramblings of a Storyteller. That is the next live stream. Until then, I bid you adieu.